We've been living most our lives living in a Green Hill paradise. Yes, that's right. The Sonic the Hedgehog trailer has finally been publicly released. So now everybody can enjoy Gangster's Paradise and the blue blur in the most freaking weird way possible. So I just got done watching it. It's about 2.5 minutes, and absolutely every second of it is pure insanity, which is why I'm just enjoying a nice blue drink to celebrate, wearing my nice blue clothes, and of course, just enjoying a copy of Sonic the Hedgehog on Genesis, because every part of this is bonkers. It is just so far beyond my expectations. Now, technically, this is the trailer that was leaked to me a couple months ago, but when that was shown to me, honestly, the CG was far from finished and the editing was a little bit different. This is just so wacky. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and I had to talk about this simply because I'm completely blown away that now it's officially public and everybody can see it, and second of all, now I've noticed so much more about this. First and foremost, I gotta talk about the fact that I actually unironically enjoy Dr. Robotnik's design. It is terrible in the best way possible. He's just a random supervillain who thinks he's a superhero. He shows up to try and stop the evil menace that is Sonic the Hedgehog. He'll go to any lengths and any task, outrank any member of the soldiers to make sure he is the very best of the best. It is the overacting I absolutely love from Jim Carrey. I mean, obviously I grew up in the 90s with Pet Detective and just the absurdest most version of him, so seeing that return here is hysterical. It looks like he's basically been hired by the government to try and unleash all of his crazy technology to stop Sonic at any costs, because inadvertently it seems like Sonic's super speed, which is clocked at like 700 miles an hour, is apparently disrupting the fabric of our universe or something. It seems like if he runs fast enough it actually causes power outages and all sorts of stuff like that, because of course he's faster than the speed of sound. Okay, let me just talk for a few seconds here about all the memes. They very clearly tried to actually lean into the freaking weirdness of Sonic culture and actually make him do things like, at one point he literally gets down and is like getting ready to run and he's like, hey guys, gotta go fast. What? They actually freaking did it. They don't care. They're not trying to make this like the video games. They're trying to make this like the memes. That is what I wanted. When they're doing a Sonic movie, you can't be serious. You can't just sit down and be like, hello, I am in an office. I am ready for my official meeting. No, you need to do this weird. This is going to be the freaking Sonic 06 of movies. And that's what I wanted. Okay, so back on Dr. Robotnik, it seems like over the course of the movie, he's actually going to slowly transform into the Robotnik we know. But at the start, he actually sort of seems like a human, but I mean, he's so freaking weird and wacky, and his behavior is so freaking rubbery that it's basically one of those things where obviously he's gonna slowly get driven insane by chasing Sonic, and maybe his proximity to all these intergalactic portals is going to transform him until eventually he looks like the typical Robotnik we know about. Beyond this, though, I'm really kind of excited to see all those different gadgets, because obviously one of the most famous parts about Robotnik isn't the fact that he's Dr. Eggman, it's all of the weird things he comes up with. His different mechanized robots, his droids, his crazy floating chairs. And already in the trailer, they're showing a lot of that. There are actually some clips that show like Sonic running around in a desert and stuff, being chased by tons and tons of mechanized drones, which really does sort of inspire the visions of the idea of Sonic trying to face off against the typical robot army that's created by Robotnik. But something I really thought was cool about this was the design of them is more simplified than I was imagining. So a lot of the people were describing them when they saw this trailer recently at a film festival as being like Transformers, and I don't see that. So when I think of Transformers, I typically think of all the little different moving parts on their surfaces. These are actually pretty streamlined, and in my opinion, at least realistic in a way. Like, I could actually believe that this stuff exists. Unlike Sonic, who apparently is an interdimensional alien who has come to our reality to try and save the planet, because of course course he is. Apparently, the point of rings is actually teleportation. He uses the power of gold rings to move from one place to another, including interdimensionally. Now, the other part of this is in the trailer, we actually see him using them to create portals for other people. So maybe he's just going to literally have montages at one point of just going to every single famous city on the planet, because Sony has a bunch of money and they're putting a bunch of, or Paramount has a bunch of money and they're putting a bunch of money into this. It is going to be bonkers. Beyond this, though, something that actually does get me excited is that, so obviously Sonic's main power is the fact that he's super, super fast, right? Well, also, it seems like what they're going to do is some funny sort of Quicksilver moments. So obviously in the X-Men movies, one of the things they do is typically there'll be some sort of cool, famous scene where you actually see the superhero, who is faster than the speed of light practically, slow things down to a practical standstill, and Sonic does that. Sonic actually, even in this trailer, has a moment where there's a bunch of missiles all around him and he's able to just practically freeze them in midair and be like, oh man, I actually hit 9,000 steps today. Which is just so... I love this trailer. It is everything I possibly could have dreamed of because it's absurd. It is trying to be absolutely ridiculous, and it nailed it. But what do you guys think of it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, because this was everything I could have hoped for. It is probably going to be the worst movie of the year, and I am completely here for it. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep speeding, because it's Sonic and he runs fast, and oh my god! Alright, I can't calm down. I gotta go finish my Final Fantasy XII review on Switch. You guys rock. Peace! Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, you know, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.